Now if you clicked on this video, you probably a real nigga or a real nigget. I don't discriminate. And you also probably like Smash Bros. Smash Bros is a game that has been around for a long ass time. It came out in 1999. And the one I grew up on was Smash Bros. Brawl. That was for the Wii. And one thing I didn't fully appreciate with these Smash Bros. Games was the trailers. And I don't know why, but if you watch some of these character reveal trailers and release trailers, they are peak cinema. I don't know how I didn't appreciate them when they happened, because the best thing about Smash Bros. To me is the character roster. They got literally everybody you can think of in this game. Sonic, he in there. Mega Man, he in there. Greninja, yeah, he in there too. And Gogeta, wait, they got Gogeta. And man, damn near every character got a clean ass pull-up trailer. So today, that's what I'm gonna be showing y'all niggas. I'm gonna be showing y'all some of my favorite scenes and pull-ups in the Smash Bros. Universe. So sit back, relax, light up your crack pipe, and get ready for a show, because we about to witness some of the best scenes ever created, narrated by yours truly. So let's get into it. So the first scene I'm covering starts with us looking over the jungle. And out of nowhere, a car with every banana on earth zooms out of the trees. And then we see a Goomba get punched, a Koopa get slapped, and this nigga getting his head smashed into the ground. And then out of the trees comes one of the greatest chimps of all time. And he is looking for the niggas who stole his whole stash of bananas. He just went to the store and bought all those, and now he's getting finessed. That's crazy work. And to make matters worse, the niggas that stole his food start trying to shoot at him. I never realized how real these streets were in Smash Bros. It's really kill or be killed out here. So the Goomba shoots the bullets at Donkey Kong, and this nigga just sits there and tries to block it.
Is this nigga serious?
Like, ain't no way me and this dumbass nigga share 98% of the same DNA. He really think he could block 3 extra large bullets with just his arms. Nigga just asking to be cooked. But then out of nowhere, something runs out, jumps off his back into the sky, and pulls out 2 guns. This was way too clean. My nigga Diddy pulled up. Wait, no, wrong Diddy, wrong Diddy. So they set off to track down the banana bandits, and once they find them, they start celebrating. But before they could feast on the banana buffet, they turn around and see Bowser. And my nigga Diddy Kong was ready to throw hands. He wasn't gonna let his bananas get stolen again. He'll die for this shit if he got to. Then Bowser pulls out a cannon, and this is a really cool part to me that showed a side of Donkey Kong you don't really see too much. So right before Bowser was about to send Diddy Kong to the afterlife, Donkey Kong smacks Diddy away so Bowser can't kill him. Diddy couldn't even look at the sight of his OG getting taken out either. He had to cover his eyes. This was a very memorable moment for me, because you rarely see Donkey Kong showing love for real. So the scene starts with Marth looking at what seems to be the first COVID outbreak. And then we see the minister summon his army. So Marth picks up his weapon and gets ready to fight the army. But before he could, Meta Knight shows up ready for the smoke. And then the enemies pull up right behind them. And they quickly pack them niggas up, but then they realize that they are surrounded. So Marth realizes he gotta take out the leader instead of fighting the army. So he rushes at the minister for an attack, but he dodges it instantly. Then Meta Knight tries to come for a follow-up attack, but he gets his ass shot. But then we see a sword start spinning behind the ancient minister.
Great!
This was such a hard scene. Throwing a self alley-oop with your own sword, letting it spin, then catching it and dunking on the ancient minister was pure cinema. And they all hit the pose for the IG afterwards.
Stop the cap.
Then we cut to see a Waddle Dee walking up a hill. Then we see a person's foot take a step forward, and it's Luigi hitting the worst pull-up pose ever.
This nigga is trash.
Zoom in on his hat. Yeah, that's exactly what he took with this terrible pull-up. How you gonna step on the scene and be scared? With the face he making, you would've thought he was about to fight Megatron. Nigga, that is a Waddle Dee. What are you scared of? Cause mind you, Luigi has been in a literal haunted mansion with all of these monsters, and you telling me he's scared of a Waddle Dee?
Hell no! Trash ass
Then to make his reveal even worse, another Waddle Dee pulls up and scares him again.
I don't know what the hell is going on. I just don't know. But I do know this much. I'm scared as hell.
Man, zoom back in on his hat. Yeah, that's all you, buddy. You taking big L's right now. We gonna have to put another hat on your head for every L you take. But that ain't the pull-up we were here to see. Then someone behind him appears and hits Luigi with the hammer all the way to space. He hit Luigi so hard he ended up getting an early look at Super Mario Galaxy 2 before it dropped. Then he falls back down as a statue. And I swear, this scene had Luigi taking so many L's. Cause peep this Mamma Mia ass pose they left him in. But then we get to see the person responsible for Luigi's death. Now I know I hated on King Diddy in the first video I made, but I actually really like him as a character, especially in the Kirby series. Now I'm not ever gonna use him in a Smash Bros game, but hey, this scene was still
Very gorgeous to me.
So then we cut to see Diddy Kong and Fox casually walking like the end of the world isn't currently happening. Then out of nowhere, Diddy Kong gets blasted. And turns out Bowser was right in front of them this whole time. And this really crazy because foxes are supposed to have some of the best hearing out of all the animals. How did y'all let a giant turtle with a machine gun sneak up on y'all? So Bowser fires up another shot, but y'all know Fox got a mean weave game, so he dodges it with ease. But then Bowser sends the COVID virus to infect Diddy Kong, and then we get COVID Kong. And I can't lie to y'all, he looking tough as hell. The vintage Nintendo hat, yellow eyes, and two guns. This the coldest Diddy Kong has ever looked. So now Fox gotta fight a COVID monkey and Bowser. So Bowser picks up the gun to fire it again, but then bullets start raining down from the sky.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Then we see a ship fly over them and a person hop out the ship. Then he rushes at Bowser, kicks his gun out of his hand, pulls out two guns and starts shooting the hell out of Bowser's weapon. And Bowser just ends up running away after this. But this pull-up was so clean to me. It was also dope to watch Falco save the day one homie Fox. Now we got Fox fighting against the airship. And look at Princess Peach right now, casually walking like there's not a space war happening all around her. I swear, this is why Mario gotta stop saving her every game. She thinks she's... So Fox's ship starts getting hit and it starts spiraling down. Then another blast comes at Fox, but I told y'all he got a crazy weave game. He dodges it even with a broken ship. Then he locks in on the airship to attack it. And we still got Peach down here acting as if nothing is wrong right now. Then bullets start raining from the sky and an explosion happens right behind Peach. And she's still just standing there. Peach, move! Now it's time for one of my favorite scenes in all of Smash Bros history. So the scene starts with Taboo about to obliterate the entire universe, but then out of nowhere a blue ball of light smashes off part of the wing. Then the other wing gets broken. And we all know who this is, so I'ma just shut the hell up. Sonic is one of my favorite characters. So every time I see this scene, the nostalgia just takes over my body. Now he might not have done anything during the entire story, but you can't look me in my eyes right now and tell me this is not a top 5 Smash reveal of all time. He wasn't even playable until this exact moment too, and he saved everybody. This is a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. You can argue with the wall because my viewpoint is not changing on this scene. But now we finna move on to the newer Smash Bros game, so let's get into it. So for the next scene, we got Mario and the gang looking towards this big ass mountain. And by the way this scene is looking, I thought for sure this was finna be Shadow the Hedgehog's pull-up trailer. I mean, look at it, it's damn near identical to his PlayStation 2 intro. And side note, how is Shadow not in a Smash Bros game? It's been over 20 years of Smash Bros and we still only got one Hedgehog. Yet we got Pichu lame ass and Dr. Mario. Nigga not even a different character, he just got a different occupation. This the equivalent of a fat nigga weight loss journey. All he did was step back. It's the same nigga. Back to the video. So the camera slowly moves in so that we can see who this person is, and then we see his helmet appear, his eyes open, and then we get to see who it is. As one of my favorite video game characters, Mega Man getting some screen time was big for me. But I want y'all to peep how Donkey Kong did this nigga. Like, ain't this supposed to be a Mega Man trailer? How he getting smacked in his own highlight reel? Nah, ain't no way they showed this shit to Mega Man before they uploaded it. He went from looking like this to looking like this, and it ain't even been 30 seconds. But then Mega Man uses his copy ability, and look at how this nigga pulls out the blades, man. This shit is tough. And he wastes no time at all throwing the blades. Mario barely dodges the blades, and one thing I peeped within all the Smash Bros trailers for the newer games is Mario damn near dies in every single one. I'm gonna keep showing y'all throughout the videos too. So Link manages to block the blade. Then they all jump in the air to attack Mega Man, but little do they know, Mega Man got some up his sleeve.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.
He digs back in his bag and pulls out the Flame Man ability. He hits the ground and absolutely cooks these niggas. Hey, that's a 9 out of 10 pull up. I would have said 10 out of 10, but he did get cooked in his own highlight reel, so I had to take 1 point away, but it was still a clean pull up. So the next scene starts with a bunch of Pokeballs raining down, and then they all start popping out the Pokeballs, revealing a bunch of Pokemon. Then the camera pans up and we see Pikachu and Charizard. And then Charizard takes off into the clouds and rushes back down. And for whatever reason, Mario happens to be right there. And remember when I told y'all niggas Mario is seconds away from death in every trailer? This nigga Charizard was trying to crush this nigga. So Mario jumps back, and then we see the gang getting ready for another fight. And stop the tape. We came to fight and we brought this nigga?
Oh, scary. Oh, shiver my timbers. Shut up, man.
But before I can cook his little vegetable ass, we cut to see a character hanging upside down.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
But then that gets interrupted because we got to get back to the fight. So they all getting ready to fight, and look how Olimar does this nigga. He picks him up from his head, throws that nigga as hard as he can, and the crazy thing is, he threw a perfect spiral. Nigga, you in the wrong field. You need to be on the football field, nigga. That was a perfect spiral. But we gotta focus on the main attraction here. We're not really worried about this little nigga. So Charizard rushes at them and is weaving everything they threw. Then he starts loading up a fireball in his mouth. But then we cut back to the mysterious figure that was upside down earlier. And now it's summoning a water shuriken. And by now, you probably know who it is. But for theatrical purposes, we gonna act like we don't know who this is. Okay, roll the tape. So Mario launches at Charizard, and just as they're about to hit each other,
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Get some culture.
man, the amount of aura in Greninja's pull up was crazy. One of my favorite Pokemon too. This was a 10 out of 10 for sure. And Mario just keeps getting done dirty because at the end of the trailer, they show Mario getting cooked by Greninja.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Now before we get into the next one, I know a lot of y'all love the Greninja pull-up from Smash 4, but this next character was the original aura farmer for Smash Bros. So let's get into it. So the scene starts with Meta Knight flying up this mountain following the ice climbers. And once they make it to the top of the mountain, they look up and we get to see the first Pokemon to ever aura farm in a Smash Bros video game. Now I don't know why he's standing on one leg, had his head down, arms crossed, and eyes closed, or how long he had been waiting there.
Boy, if you don't get...
But you can't tell me this is not an insane level of aura. And when he jumps off, he lands ready for the fade too. See, I'm telling y'all, this pull-up was one of a kind. He walked so Greninja could run. We wouldn't have this scene without Lucario doing this first. So the next scene starts with Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong chilling, listening to music at the crib. And then their house starts shaking. And I'm watching like, damn, I didn't know they were introducing the Rod Wave DLC pack this early. But hey, the more characters, the better. So the footsteps stop and they go check the window to see how close Rod Wave is to the crib. And to their surprise, it looked like that nigga right in front of them. And then the camera flips so we can see, and yeah, That's definitely Rod Wave. With that shape, it's no doubt in my mind. But then he throws off his costume and it's King Diddy.
This is not a banger. This is not a banger. And I know bangers. I know bangers.
And at this point, I'm just as mad as the Kongs are, because I low-key wanted to see Rod Wave in Smash Bros. And this nigga King Diddy is just laughing his ass off. Nigga gotta read the room better. Nobody thinks you're funny here. Matter of fact, we in the jungle. What is a penguin even doing here? And then he gets smacked from behind and we see Kong's greatest enemy. And as cool as this was, this nigga King K gotta have one of the worst builds ever. Like, how does a crocodile even get fat? But anyway, another crazy part of this trailer was the fact that he literally destroyed Donkey Kong's crib. Like, what could y'all possibly be beefing over for you to do this?
Ain't no way. Boy, I would have beat this motherfucking ass, boy.
Yeah, I don't know how Donkey Kong survived this, but he did. That Nintendo durability is crazy. If you know, you know. So now it's time for some real hands. So the trailer starts and this nigga Mac is beating the hell out of some random nigga. And I'm not gonna lie, he putting the work in. But then he gets punched in the face and flies off the screen. And the person that punched him is one of Street Fighter's most beloved characters.
Bring it on.
Now, I don't know why, but any fighting game character just fits in Smash Bros to me. You could put a Waffle House worker in the next Smash Bros game and I wouldn't see a problem with it. So Ken was a cool addition to the roster in my opinion. And one funny thing about this trailer is Ken tries to talk to Zelda and Link comes out of nowhere and kills this nigga. Link moving just like a nigga who don't know it's a YouTube prank being recorded.
What you mean, bro? No, it's a prank. It's a prank. What you doing? Watch out. You tripping. We recording. It's a video.
So then we cut back to Mac versus Ken and these niggas are really boxing. Mac jumps back and tries to smash his face in, but Ken jumps over him and starts charging up a key blast. Then sends it right at Mac. And I would have tapped out right there. Nigga, we supposed to be boxing. How the hell did you even do that? This shit gotta be cheating. Ref, we gotta do something about this. He might kill somebody. And the way that Hadouken went towards the crowd, it's a good group of people that don't exist anymore after being hit with that. Then Ken hits this nigga with an ultimate combo, sending this nigga into the big screen. And there's no way this nigga isn't dead. His body doesn't even fall back down. He's just stuck there, I guess. Hey, rest in peace, Mac. Time for the next trailer. Wait, who is that? Somebody else coming into the ring to fight Ken?
Get some culture.
Hey, Incineroar's pull-up was pretty tough. The walkout, the jump, and the flames, I gotta give it to him. And them niggas get to boxing immediately. And I never noticed this, but the move Incineroar does looks a lot like a primary Lotus. Just watch.
Copy my whole fucking flow. Word for word, bar for bar.
And then they land with a fiery explosion. I thought the Hadouken was bad, but this nigga Incineroar definitely killed everybody with that last move. So now we got Link and he is fighting for his life in this trailer. These niggas are possessed and trying to send him to the main screen. And out of nowhere, Meta Knight kicks this nigga right in his ribs. Link decides to throw his boomerang, but Meta Knight jumps over it and rushes towards him. And in the distance, we can hear someone closing in on a horse. Meta Knight's still trying to kill Link and is not letting up. Look at how hard this nigga is trying to hit him. Now the horse is getting closer, but we still don't know who's riding it. It could just be a horse. Shit, the way they bringing anybody in the Smash Bros, it could be that nigga Maximus. And hey, I rock with him, I'm not gonna complain. So Meta Knight sends this nigga flying up and sets up a mean alley-oop to Marth. And if Link didn't block this, his head would have been clean off of his body. And Marth not done either. He hits the ground and rushes right at Link. And then we see the horses getting closer, and at this point I'm like, damn, Maximus taking way too long. He gonna have to be in the next DLC. Link looks up and Meta Knight and Marth are closing in, about to obliterate this nigga. But then the horse finally reaches the battle.
Get some culture.
This was one of the hardest ones to me. Not only am I a big Dragon Quest fan, but the build-up intention was pure cinema. I really thought Link was gonna get smoked, and he definitely owe him one because he saved his life. And not even 10 seconds after this nigga arrived, he's getting thrown into a pillar and falls on the ground. Whoever he fighting is mad as hell, and I'm like, damn.
What did he do to make them niggas that mad?
But then he looks up and we see a whole army of possessed niggas. And as much as I love the hero, it ain't much he could do against these niggas, man. But just as I thought bro was cooked, the Dragon Quest gang pulled up just in time.
Get some culture.
And man, seeing this was one of the coolest things ever. All the heroes from the Dragon Quest game showing up was perfect. This is something I didn't know I needed to see, but I definitely would not be the same without it.
That's what I'm talking about. This shit means something to me, man.
Now for arguably the hypest moment in Smash Bros history. So the trailer starts with the heroes getting knocked back. And by the look of this shot here, the person they're fighting gotta be Thanos. The camera pans and we see Galeem about to destroy everything and everyone. But then the attack stops and it gets cut in half. And we look to see who's up there and you can barely tell who it is. And then Cloud says,
Sephiroth.
he thought he could come to a different game to escape the torture of his enemies, but nah, that won't work here, buddy. You gotta face your problems like the rest of us.
Oh man, I can't have shit in this house!
And the way Sephiroth pulled up, I'm not even gonna talk. I'ma just let y'all see it for yourselves. And then this nigga gets to conjuring up some evil shit to take out the whole Smash Bros universe. I know the rest of the Smash roster looking at Mario mad as hell. If he never let Cloud in the game, this would never be happening. So like a handicapped chicken, he pulls out one wing and gets to ore farming more than anybody else in this game. But I'm not gonna lie, the nigga is kinda clean. But they can't let one nigga come and steal the whole show, so they start trying to jump him. Bayonetta and Greninja get packed up, and just when you thought Mario was safe from getting murdered, he rushes to Mario and stabs this nigga in his chest. He doing this nigga how Madara did Sasuke. This is crazy work. But if you know Mario, you know it's gonna take more than that to kill him. This nigga has survived bombs, getting crushed, and the vacuum of space. It's no way a sword is going to kill him. But then we see the sword is just holding him up by his clothes. Now Cloud rushes at him for the ISO, and they are going band for band. Cloud goes Super Saiyan Blue and flies at him but gets blocked. Then he activates his Omni Slash and finishes off Sephiroth. This was such a cool scene to me, man. From one of the greatest characters in video game history, in my opinion. And the fact that he was put into a Smash Bros game, I really think solidifies him as a goated character. This is definitely a 10 out of 10 moment. And yeah, man, that's the end of this one. I really enjoyed going back and rewatching some of these scenes, and I actually forgot about a lot of them, to be honest. I think video games have some underrated pull-up scenes and cutscenes. Let me know what y'all's favorite video game pull-up is, and I might double back and make another video just about video game pull-ups. But I mean, who knows? I guess we'll see, my nigga. But I'm tired of talking. Cue my outro music.